Hey, what's up guys? So about a week ago I made a video titled How Can I Improve? And I was basically asking, if you didn't catch it, if and where you think I can improve, if and where you think I can make the channel better in a certain capacity. And I asked you all to comment, and I talk about upvoted comments, and I have a few of them here. And I wanted to respond to a few of them and talk about, like, you know, why I can do that or why I can't, or what I am going to do or what I'm not going to do. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into that. If you do want to make any new comments, this will be, of course, reading the comments on every video, this one included. If you didn't catch that, there will be a link to that video down below. But if you have a comment to suggest that wasn't in that video, just leave it here. So a lot of the comments were revolving around audio reviewer terminology. The most upvoted one was from Aura Drifter, which is, the terms that used to describe sound are becoming stale and overused by most everyone else who reviews headphones. You need to find a way to broaden your audiophile vocab. Describing sound is very important for people who can't actually listen to the headphones themselves in person. And he's got a very valid point, definitely an important point. And there's kind of two sides to this coin of explaining the sound of something. One, I hold myself under a pretty strict time constraint. I take usually about a 15 to a 25-minute video, and with jump cuts, cutting everything out that is me messing up or anything like that, I usually cut that down to under 10 minutes, if not a little bit over 10 minutes. Occasionally I'll go a little bit longer, but that's generally where YouTube videos seem to do their best. And I'm explaining this for a reason. So when you're talking about a video, the average view duration on YouTube as a whole, but the average view duration on YouTube is about 3 minutes. Mine's a little bit longer, mine's about 4 minutes. I actually do pretty good in that capacity. Not the best, but not bad. And basically what this means for me to be the most effective reviewer that I can means that I need to get as much information that you can utilize out and as quickly as possible, while also maintaining some sort of watchability factor, some sort of entertainment factor. And there's always going to be a balancing act. I agree with you that these terms are becoming stale, and really if you look at the audiophile terminology or the audio terminology that you can use, but it's a valid criticism, and it's actually a criticism that I have myself of my own videos, is not being explanatory enough of the sound to give people a general understanding. Like, I will try and use stricter and more definitive words and meanings and explanations of things to make them a little bit more clear. And Metal571 actually commented, we could take up an entire live stream together of talking about the glossary of terms and how various reviewers use them, and that's definitely true. I say some stuff specifically differently so that I'm not repeating or copying or seeming to like backpack off of other reviewers, because they have their approach to how they deliver their words. I have my approach. I've specifically tried to keep mine consistent and different from some of the other reviewers that are out there. Next suggestion is, I don't think increasing your production values or your sound demos or using different language when talking about audio, i.e. breaking down treble, build, etc., is going to make a huge difference. Potentially. It's just about the personality of the person in front of the camera, rather than the production value behind it. My favorite YouTube channels feel like I'm sitting down with the on-screen talent, and I kind of feel like I know them. I sometimes feel the connection is missing there, but that's just my 2 cents. Keep on at it, and I'm sure the answer will become clear. And that was from Jason Wrights. And I agree with you. It's another one of those sacrifices that I have to make with the time constraint, because with the time constraint and the kind of strict checklist of things that I make sure that I mention in a review, I have to be very straightforward with how I talk. I can't really get much personality behind it. But I'm also not like I'm not a bubbly person on camera. I don't know why. I just can't bring it out. For me, it feels false. My delivery style is almost like a character actor. It's like what I play on YouTube. It's like a developed person and type of delivery that I have for a camera that I wouldn't necessarily have for like an in-person contact sort of thing. I don't take things super seriously all the time, but I'm also not like a happy-go-lucky type of guy. So maybe what you're getting at is that I'm just boring, and that's kind of true. Okay, another suggestion from Gino was, on each review, say what the headphone will be better at a slightly higher price range, some sort of next step. I think that's kind of an interesting idea. I feel like it would have to be related. Like you'd have to say, like, say I was doing like an HD 600 review, right? It's $286 right now on Amazon. And I could mention like a next step would be like a HD 660 at a higher price because it's a similar performing headphone, just the next step. And I could say like a 598, which is a somewhat similar performing headphone at a lower price. I could bring up something like that. If you are interested in that, let me know. And then this is kind of an interesting idea, and I'd have to wait a little bit, but this is from Matt Douglas saying, I think it would be cool to do brand roundups. Kind of like how I did the video discussing Mastrop. I'd like to see what you think about certain brands and maybe a good summary of the product lineup. Just an idea. And that's not a bad suggestion. That might be something I would do. Next from J-Man. Do what Zeos from Z Reviews? What's that? Create a rank list of audio products by cost, including modding costs, different pads, etc. To use the same for speakers, subwoofers, etc. Also make video guides on various audio objectives, flat response curve for monitoring, best for gaming, imaging, and emphasis on treble and mid-range, best for movies, typically bass and vocal emphasis. How about speaker positioning guide for improving comfort on headphones, DSPs, a full detailed list, and it goes on and on and on. Lots of stuff like that, he says. I don't know if you guys know this, but on the bottom of my description, I kind of have what he's talking about under a rank list. It's not on Reddit like Z does, but it is in the description where it just goes by cost, and these are all the products that I've tried and that I stand by. And you can go and check and find the reviews and stuff like that and see if it's something that you're interested in. If you are interested, use my link and it helps me out. But even though I feel like I have quite a bit of experience, more than the average person, I don't really have like a big enough foundation that I feel like I can make a solid, like total complete suggestions list, because there are still brands or series like the LCD series that I've never tried. That's a big series that they've got a lot of headphones. There are a lot of higher end headphones. There are a lot of nice headphones. And a lot of people stand by them, but it's something that I've never tried. With such a big gap in a certain area, it's very hard for me to create a list of the best other than my recommendations, because recommendations can be you've tried 100 things or one thing, you know, that's just what you recommend. But saying that something is the best overall with having such a, let's just take that LCD gap in knowledge, for example, to say that, I feel like I'm kind of falsifying that list, and I don't want to do that. So that will be a thing that I implement later, maybe like a year and a half down the line, when I feel like I have a really solid foundation. All right, guys, I think that's going to wrap up this video. Like I said, if you have any suggestions, if you feel like I missed anything or you didn't comment on the last video, I'd love to hear what you think in the comment section down below. Check out that list if you're interested and if you didn't know about that. Basic kind of summary of nothing's really going to change that drastically. I personally am pretty confident with the review style and the quality that I bring. I will try in the future to be a little bit more specific as I can be under time constraint with sound. I will also look at introducing new types of videos. I'm probably going to make a video let's talk thing about potential series that will maybe be coming to the channel soon. And that'll come in the future. So if any of this sounds interesting, if you're looking forward to any of this, hit that subscribe button if you're not already. I do new videos every single day. And yeah, I think that'll wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Josh, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.